I hope there's another button. Maybe I could kick us out or something, and I could maybe put us in like, I don't know how it's going to do it when Gnome comes in, but we'll see. We'll work with what we got, man. But we're here. I think we're here.
All right.
Let me reload this page.
Yep. There we are.
Is it working on your end?
Yeah, it's on YouTube now.
I really got to turn this.
I turn my volume off the YouTube now.
Yeah, let me kill this shit.
Yeah, it's on YouTube now.
I really got to turn this.
Yep, there I am.
I think I'm good to go. It looks like shit. It's on low latency, but we can finally see each other in real time. This is the first time we've ever been able to do this, so there's not going to be any delays, or there shouldn't be any delays.
It's milliseconds, if anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be in real time though, man, but we're here. What's up, Jorge Castro? So we're pretty much live. Me and you are live, and the chat's live, and this is the first time we're cooking with grease.
Wow.
The audio is going to look like shit, but as long as, the video is going to look like shit, but as long as we got the audio, that's, whoa. Let me kill this a little bit. We're chilling, man. What's up, party time? What up, Jeffrey Marrow? Chris Vodka, what's up, man? Patrick Sandy. Yeah, we're here. Right. We finally got it working out. I think Gnome's coming in here, and big shout out to Gnome. He just got 1,000 subscribers.
Look, congratulations, man! That's a good size milestone.
It's a good size milestone, and he puts out videos sporadically, and he's got a crazy expensive homebrew system, and it's kind of a niche system. But at the end of the day, we're still kind of speaking the same language, you know.
Sure, man. Start with buckets and and some bottles, and you get some new gear, and then you spend more money, and then
you spend more money, and you spend more time, and you make a bigger mess, and you spend more money, and you spend more mone. Yeah, so
yeah, it just keeps going, just like any hobby.
Yeah, exactly. What are you drinking, Larry?
Well, actually, I have a little dram of some Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Ooh,
that I got up here.
That's a $200 bottle.
Yeah, $200 bottle, and or more now with the inflation being 10%. It's $225. Since it was $200 last year.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Well, don't drink too much of that tonight, man. I'm definitely not worth it, man. Maybe Gnome might be. Maybe we might have to do an NBC for his 1,000 subscribers, but
well, I'm not chugging this. I'll tell you that.
Don't chug that. Well, we did a 4.5 hour stream last time, and you never know, man. We always start out saying we're only going to drink a couple beers, and we're only going to do 90 minutes, and then it just evolves into a life of its own. Thank you, Jorge. Big shout out to Jorge. What's up, Chris Vodka?
Wow.
Absolute Vodka. Patrick Sandy, how are you, man? It's Rec. How are you guys? What's up, Jake Bertrand? Warren Cox in the house.
Look, I'm going to be honest.
Chris Vodka says, what up, Barbecue Larry? What up, Chris Vodka, man? We're chilling. Yeah, Larry, I want to talk about your video a little bit because I watched that a couple times. Actually, really quick, I want to give the super chatters some love for last week, man. I just got...
yeah, go ahead. By all means.
Just got... Tom Marty, who subscribed, Jeff Marrow, who became a member, Kim Hill, always showing love, Elementary Brew Co. He might pop on a little bit later on. Ron Barnes, always showing love, Knothead, John Bell, Juvenal Hernandez, Coach Chillin, Warren Cox, Brian L., my sister Elena, Stephen Plass, Chris Radiation in the house, always being a barrage, and as always, Northwest Small Batch Brewing. Much love to all you guys, man. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Uber. Have a good time. But get on that Lyft and Uber train.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Merry Christmas to everyone, too.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Larry. Cheers, man.
All right. So what are you going to grill me on about my video?
Yeah, because it was a good video. I saw, would you have 3 cameras in that video going?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I had my camera phone. I had a webcam as a backup, and I had my former primary Canon camera. I have a new camera I'm watching this live stream on now. It's a new Sony camera I just got last weekend. So I'm trying to get my clarity better for my live streams and stuff. So it's not grainy and faded, or the colors are all blah. I kind of spent a lot of money on this camera, hoping these streams actually look better too. Well, spent a lot of money on the audio, but not the video yet.
Don't let this give you a point of reference, because I put this in through low latency, so it's gonna look like shit. Because I don't want Streamlabs to kick me off for having too much bandwidth or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Well, that's all right.
I don't pay for it.
I'm just practicing with the equipment. Then that's fine, man.
Yeah,
it's a dry run for the future.
Right on, man. We got all the people here. Merry Christmas, Kurt Pick, the mildly cool dad, man. Yeast in the Barrage. How are you East out there in Texas? Party time up there in Nova Scotia. Ron Barnes, man. Always thanks for the love. Brewing Bad, thanks for the love. But you have a cannular, and a lot of people have October, and I feel like they're pretty similar in quality and price, or am I wrong?
I have the October design.
You have the October with a K.
Yeah.
What's your?
I don't have the cannular. No, just that one, just the one by October design.
What's your take on that so far for the price tag? Because it looks a lot more convenient than bottling.
Well, I mean, to be frank, I didn't pay for it, right? They sent it to me over a year ago, and I basically didn't do anything with it. But you still know
how much it costs, though, right?
Oh yeah, it's like $400, I think.
That's not bad,
right? You know, and it's I mean, I think I alluded to the point that it really depends on why you want a can. Really, if it's just to replace bottling, you're still doing a lot of work, and now you have an expensive device to help you do it. Right? It's like you have to have a reason for it. It was my point, and my reason was that I got one to try. So I said, let me try with it, and I tried with it. I used it 3 times on 3 batches, but I didn't can the whole batches. I only canned a portion of them, right? Because I'm not going to can my whole batch. Then why keg, right? So I just did a subset 3 times, and it's been all right. I mean, you got to consider the cost of the cans because you have to buy them by the big giant large crate worth basically to get a discount on them.
Okay, so how do the cans work? How much are cans? Because I know that obviously growlers are expensive.
Well, I haven't had to buy new cans yet because I still have that big giant box that I got from last year that came with the canner.
Oh, so you can't get those cans from a local homebrew store. You have to you have to get them from the.
You order them online or from warehouses or something. They'll ship them to your house. I mean, so there's a shipping cost involved.
Right.
So I use the cans as a last resort. Right. First I'll keg, and then I'll growler, then I'll swing top, then maybe I'll bottle a couple bottles if I know I'm going to bring them home. But really, then it gets to the cans. It's like, well, now I want to just have a vessel I can pitch in the garbage can or in the recycle bin somewhere, and not worry about it when it's crushed or whatever, right? So
yeah, we're getting some feedback here. They're saying the shipping is high. Cans are easier to ship, less breakage. I feel like it's just kind of nervy shipping cans. Do you worry about them showing up bent? I mean, it wouldn't be that big as a home brewer because I'd still fill them up. But for commercial breweries, when they send cans on those big pallets, they can't be dented. You can't use that. I would still use it. I would still send it to a friend or something.
Yeah.
But it's expensive the whole way around because then I'm sending out like 6 porch bombs to people right now, and I got a little bit of a discount at some breweries that I went to, but it's still $22.50 to ship the large rate, flat rate priority mail, the large boxes.
Oh. Yeah.
It
adds up.
Yeah, when somebody sends you beer, that's a barrage move. Most of the time, I mean, you got to buy the wrapping, you got to get the tape, there's time to put it together. And then more often than not, the shipping costs more than the actual 6-pack. And you can really only get like a 6-pack in there with all the bubble wrap, And
I just shipped a bunch of these out to people. Not a lot, just a few people. And it was like a 8-inch by 8-inch box with a 12-ounce can of beer.
Yeah.
And maybe a bottle of hot sauce I had thrown in as well for some people.
There you go.
And it was between $8 and $12 to ship from east to west coast, basically. Or from where I am in the Midwest to the coast. I mean, it's not bad.
It's Rex says he's had several boxes of aluminum cans shipped at this point, never any damage. Good to know.
Pretty good, yeah. Very good. Yeah. So, but that's just it. So now you need the space for all those cans in your house. Like a big spot so they can occupy an actual space on the floor or on a high shelf or something. But they're big.
Think of that. So, scale that up to an actual brewery. I mean, you go to big breweries and they have 5,000-10,000 square foot industrial suites that are just stacked with cans, stacked with trash. You're going to throw these away. You're paying more. In rent to than the actual damn aluminum itself. It's crazy. But I've been to the biggest brewery I've ever been to where I saw just like endless indoor, almost like football fields of cans, was Hopworks Urban Brewery. If you're ever up there in Portland. Check them out, Larry. Check them out, everybody. And let us know in the comment section what you're drinking tonight, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers from Knoxville. Larry's out there in
I just
Chicago,
see-
IL.
I just see a comment from Brewing Bad. He says, Larry just NBC'd solo.
He just ripped a beer rip by
Referring to
himself.
this?
What's up? He's doing Blue Label over there. I'm gonna go get a real beer. Not that
Yeah, I
Yingling's
just
not a real
sweet the
beer.
Blue Label.
I'm gonna go get
No.
I'm gonna go get a. What's the New Belgian hazy? I'll be right back. BRB.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody go
Yeah,
anywhere.
no problem.
Take it away, Larry.
Yeah. Oh, you betcha. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So no, I just was drinking some whiskey because all I have left around. Well, the only beer I have is a bourbon stout, which has got bourbon already in it, and it's pretty strong already. And I've been drinking the heck out of it. I'm kind of getting a little bit tired for the moment of the heavy malty, high alcoholic beers like a stout. So I would have to go up to my garage and grab a different type of beer out of the different fridge if I were to drink something else. And I don't feel like getting out of this chair to go beers to go do that. So I'm drinking whiskey tonight.
There you go.
As a result, yeah.
I'm drinking
Well, I
Voodoo
got
Ranger
tequila,
IPA. You got tequila too. Are you in the garage? Is you still holding it down, or is that no? You're in your
No, I'm down in my bar.
you're in your bar. That's where you shot your last video. I'm trying to show off my new Grateful Dead dill pickle hat, but I don't like rocking this thing front ways. I got bad news though, Larry.
What's that?
My CO2 tank leaked out, man. Second fucking time that's happened to me.
It happened to me back in late September.
Where'd it come from? The manifold?
Well, this is a long story, but basically,
I think we have
at
time.
the end of it, I had to swap different fridges around and use them as different purposes because I had a power outage back in the spring that knocked out my kegerator here.
Wow.
Okay.
For 6 months, and so I had to repurpose a wine cooler as a kegerator.
Okay.
And I had, or a fermentation chamber, and I had to use another fridge, my old kegerator that's now a fridge that was a fermentation chamber turned back into a kegerator in order to hold all the beer for this party. And then, so anyway, so the point is that I had to undo a bunch of gas lines. I had to take out the manifolds, move the tanks around out to the garage for my party that I was throwing, this Oktoberfest party that I had.
Yeah.
And during all that shuffle and reconnecting everything, I developed a leak that like drained one tank, and then another one, a 5-pound tank, and
Damn.
I was like, so I figured out that it was this new Fermenter King Jr., this plastic fermenter that I was using for the very first time.
That's what I'm doing.
Didn't hold the seal very well. And it was like leaking.
Okay.
So I had to then rack it to another keg that freed up finally and fix that. So that was the first bottle that was killed, and the second bottle, I think, was because I had jiggled all the lines around and moved regulators from tank to tank and stuff that I may have not tightened something down all the way once or somewhere along the way. So I realized that. So like in 2 days, I bought 2 tanks. And,
I don't feel so bad
yeah.
for myself anymore. Sorry, that's a shittier story than mine. But I think you're onto something because I used a plastic fermenter for the first time too. It was the Anvil Chubby, and there was 2 PRVs on that. I think I would bet that the leak came from the manifold. You know, where you got your distribution. There's just more screws on that, so just kind of by default. I think I've got 4.
Because I have what's called the Anvil Chubby now, but it's actually the Keg King Snubby, right?
Snubby?
That Anvil resells under a different label, but
Okay.
they also have a smaller one. So yeah, so I got that one that you mentioned. Plus its cousin. It's like smaller cousin, and yeah, I don't trust those to carbonate in anymore. So.
Yeah, for starters, I'm going to put it comes with 2 PRVs. We put on the 15 one, and then they send you a 35 one. I think we should have just put the 35 one on by default. But I thought about that. I thought that maybe having your PRV at 15, maybe like a little bit over time, because those things aren't, they still got give and take, just like temperature, right? I mean, it's not, maybe it's going to blow open at 13 or 17. I thought maybe it like would leak through the pressure release valve of a plastic fermenter, or it's got to be the manifold. But usually my shit is, and the funny thing about that is like you can check for leaks, squirt it with soap, squirt it with Star San solution, bottle of water, and not get bubbles. And I've still had leaks before.
That was my problem.
Yeah, over time.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And that sucks. And that sucks even more for you because you had a backup tank. And I was thinking, like, you know what, I need to get a 5-pounder. It just sucks buying everything out here because I have to buy it new.
Because, well, I got a 20-pounder as my primary for like serving and keg pressurization, but then I got two floater 5-pounders that I use. That one's in the garage, one's usually down here, and it's to help rack stuff from one vessel to another, or for little purge operations and things. So, but they're all backups to one another. So if any one of them goes out, I can swap one in for the time being until I can find time to go.
I don't really like beer that much.
Refill the drained one. So I'm pretty safe on that rotation. It's just bummer. It costs you $20 to $25 for a 5-pound refill. Where I live.
Drive time, assuming that they can just
that too.
Yeah, I mean CO2 is easy. The beer gas one's a bitch. CO2 should be easy. Beer gas can. They've told me to come back a week before on the nitrogen stuff, but I've only bought that a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you come to Georgia, I got a 5-pound tank. I will give you. Shout out to Brian. I'm going to come straight to Georgia for that tank.
On the way.
Well,
you're
route,
a lot
man.
closer.
Sending up the GoFundMe as we speak, man. But for my next batch of beer, I'm just going to go back to doing corny kegs. I was going to do a beer on the claw hammer keg, but Kyle hit me up today and said it's still kind of in like a beta.
Oh,
yeah.
Saw a video on that. Yeah, that looked pretty interesting. You know, that was kind of cool to see that.
A lot of bells and whistles. It's pretty much a corny keg, but it's got a lot going on. There's more temperature control. There's a full on tri clamp on there. There's a lot of bells and whistles. But my next video, I was gonna brew last week, but I didn't because I had to host a buddy last minute. Came into Knoxville. He just got laid off from his job. And he wanted to just come out here and blow off some steam. So we partied a little bit. So we didn't brew. No editing. No homebrew for life video. But I'm going to brew and I'm going to do 2 kegs. I'm going to do a split patch. And I'm going to do them side by side. One's going to be under pressure. And then one of them is just going to have a blow off tube from the corny keg. And I'm going to see if there's any difference. Split batch with just gas.
Why not? That's why it's fun to like split a batch. That's why I like to do 10-gallon batches, but split into 2 smaller kegs, so you can use different yeasts or different dry hopping.
Oh, here he is.
Or different types of carbonation. One could be naturally carbonated with like priming sugar in the keg, and one could be forced carbonated. You can do that kind of taste test and see which kind of style you like better. Yeah,
there's
all kinds of ways to.
Buddy.
To do that. Yeah.
Two Idiots Brewing Company, man. Welcome to Barrage Army. This thing's kind of going wacko a little bit. I think Gnome's in here. Maybe.
Yes, somebody just joined. There's a third icon there now.
Yeah. I think he's having some technical difficulties.
He's got to hit the join video button, I believe.
He's working something out. I think he's got some new hardware. But
like me.
Two Idiots Brewing Company. That's a great name for a commercial brewery, man. Shout out to you, Two Idiots. There he is. What up, Gnomski? Two Idiots Brewing Company. Okay, it's showing up a little bit later. There it is. There's the
Two Idiots Brewing Company. All right.
Avocado. Let me clean this up a little bit. Noam, how we living over there, man? I think he's in his bedroom tonight. I see some guitars in the background. I don't see his brew house stuff. Gnomski.
This is. Oh, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Noam. Someone let Noam tag him in there.
Hey.
Two Idiots named after my 2 dogs, man. That's awesome. What up, Adam Hattie? How are you? What's going on for your next video, Larry, or your next brew day?
Oh, well, actually, I was going to wait till after Christmas to plan something. It probably won't be till January, no matter what it is, and it'll probably be some sort of pale ale, maybe an amber ale. I haven't done one of those in a while.
No, amber season
something
too.
I haven't done.
If you're doing an amber ale, why don't you just do a Zirkus Fest? I'm sorry, an Oktoberfest or a Marzen or something. I always looked at those light amber ales.
I did that already in August for that Oktoberfest I threw in October or the end of September. So I brewed a Fest beer and a Märzen, both 10 gallons each so I had like four 4 kegs of beer for that party, and they were gone in just a few hours.
I wish I still had that. I wish I still had that. You were talking about brewing 10-gallon batches.
Yeah.
I brewed a 5-gallon batch with these guys a month ago, no Manalias, and I still have 2 gallons of beer left. It's tough to drink your own beer any style. You just get kind of burned out on it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's why I like variety. That's kind of a bane of homebrewing, right? Because if you don't have a lot of capacity or like brew that often, then you're just stuck with like that one beer that you brewed 2 months ago.
But
you're
still
trying to drink.
Yeah, but you've got the neighborhood block party. If you guys watch Larry's videos, he's doing cook-offs, barbecue competitions, and stuff like that.
Give it away.
Yeah, which is. I mean, you can't really drink that much of your own homebrew. You almost kind of have to give it away. I don't have anybody to give it away to.
Oh, I'm like trying to track down people walking down the street. Hey,
drink my free beer.
My 3-month-old homebrew.
Drink my free beer.
Drink it, please, so I can make more.
Hey, short-circuited Brian. Hey, I have actually had him written down. Yeah, he put out a short saying he's going to be back, man.
Back off.
Yeah, he did.
Good to see you, Brian. Merry
he also
Christmas.
just did a video on my stout and hot sauce.
I saw that with the wife Kelly in there.
Look, I'm gonna be honest.
That was pretty
I don't really
cool.
like beer that much.
I didn't think he'd actually film it. I just sent him out as a care package to different people.
Yeah. No, we talked a little bit about this last time. He had a shoulder surgery, and I've been there. And yeah, man, take your time, come back. These videos are a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. So we all get it. Anybody who puts out content, we get it. Brewing's a lot of work. Filming a brew day is a lot of work. Editing a brew day is a bitch. It's a nightmare.
Come here. Oh, being like
what up, Meso?
Yeah. Oh, it's a pain.
Yeah. So we're still working on Gnome over here, but if I can hear Larry,
I can hear you.
Yeah, that's gotta.
Can you hear me?
That's gotta mean it's gotta be on Gnome's end. Gnome, can you hear us?
Wow.
Yeah, he says he's hearing. He says he's hearing us. So I don't know.
In Discord? I don't want to click on Discord because it's going to suck in that window. Kurt Pick in the house. We got 62 people here, 22 minutes in. Can't hear you, Gnome.
I don't really like beer that much.
Is that the blue label?
Oh, this is just bullet. I got Blue Label back here. I just don't want to mess with it. Yeah.
You can drink all that.
Yeah, this is fine. Brian just posted, he said he just started using DaVinci Resolve is what he uses for his video editor. Interesting.
I've heard of DaVinci. I'm still on Final Cut Pro. My computer's from 2015. 2015.
Well, that's why I started using DaVinci, because the free version, they can still work pretty well, right? Even on lower end stuff.
Yeah.
I've been using that software since probably 2017 under DaVinci 14. They're up to 18 now. And it's the free version does everything that all these other programs can do, and there's a paid edition that has a few more professional type stuff unlocked that you don't really generally need for like doing videos like this.
Yeah.
But so I've been a big advocate for that for anyone who wants to listen to me, talk the wonders of DaVinci Resolve for doing any kind of video for home use or whatever, right? It's so now Brian says he was now learning it, but she used to be an Adobe Premiere fan. Brian?
I was Adobe Premiere too, and it's a little bit
me
more,
too.
I learned on that.
Ago.
I learned that. Yeah, I learned it first. So when I came back to Final Cut Pro, it was a lot easier because Final Cut Pro is like pretty much iMovie on steroids. Who's ever done iMovie? It's just, I think iMovie's free on everything. I
do it on my phone all the time for like shorts for Instagram and things. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. However, you can tell a story and just figure out the basic tools. You don't need to spend $1,000 on Hollywood's software or it's not DaVinci. What's the one that they use? It's the Sony one. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Sony, Vega. Or Vegas?
Yeah, something like that.
Something with a V. Yeah.
Elementary in the house, man. Happy holidays, Brian. Happy holidays to a lot of people I'm looking in here. Shout out to Mike. What's up, Trans Am Guy? 77 Trans Am Guy is brewing. Zach Pearson, how are you, man? What up, 8-man? Gnome, are you there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Not Gnome. Sony Vegas. What's up, Giant Beat? How are you? Tom Knight, Vegas, but Hollywood is probably using Avid Media Composer.
Oh, well, yeah. You know, yeah. Of course, you got to take it. I mean, these things can all do the basic video editing, but what I took into account was cost, right? Because
Yeah.
Adobe Premiere, that was like $600 a year annually that you had to pay just to keep up with it, right?
It was CS5 or Creative Cloud.
It was some Creative Cloud. In order to get all that functionality, you need to spend like $50 a month or more.
Yeah,
you know, and
unless you were some college kid.
And so I just went with all the different various low cost tools for years, and they all sucked.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that the professional grade DaVinci was available for free to anyone, I was like, "What's this? You know, free? Let me check it out."
Do people still pirate stuff? Does anybody remember pirating torrents, uTorrent or eTorrent?
Oh yeah,
I used to steal all that stuff back in the day.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm still trying to
Pirate
fire
stuff?
car up over there. Pirate, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody's trying to get into editing, I would just start with iMovie or just download something for free and just kind of figure out how to organize your files. And that's like the hardest part, is just organizing all the clips that you want to put together. And BitTorrent. Photoshop replacement. Shout out to the Barrage. Adam Hattie just built my second Keyser. Watching the Homebrew for Life for inspiration, man. Much love.
Yeah, very good, guys.
Yeah, I had a question for you, Larry. I did the Brewlosophy Facebook Patreon thing last Saturday. Have you done that yet? I know Brian has.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if Brian. Sorry, I got a notification.
I'm not on Facebook hardly ever anymore. I just kind of stopped using it, generally speaking. But
yeah, but you don't. I guess I do have a Facebook account, but yeah, it was interesting because I thought it was going to be a podcast or a stream, maybe something like this. But you go on Marshall's Facebook page, which I think people have to pay for. Oh. And I remember I logged in at noon. It was Saturday morning, you know, no beers, drinking coffee and tea and hanging out. And I thought I was going to hang out with Marshall. And he's like, "All right, you're live. Now go." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you're live. Like, just talk about how you got into brewing or whatever." And I was like, "You know, you're by yourself for like 45 minutes just talking to maybe like 5 or 10, 12 people." And yeah, I didn't know that. Maybe I should have done some more research before that. But
should have been the fine print.
Yeah, so short circuited. Yeah, it was a bit jarring. And I was just scrolling through his page and I saw Short Circuited. I saw Apartment Steve. I saw Clawhammer, but I didn't know that it was just, you just do a one-on-one. I think I saw Sarah Flora in there too. And it was weird for the first 10 minutes, but after that, it was okay. You know, if there's people in there that are asking questions, you can just kind of talk about brewing and how little money we make off YouTube and all that shit.
So it was supposed to be like a class or something that you guys were taking and paying for? Or just...
No. So I think one of his perks on his Patreon is that there's a private Facebook group. So,
okay.
Yeah, so look at Noam, he's still over here. Yeah. But I thought that it was like an interview or a hangout or stream.
What I understand is this should be working.
Yeah, you're good to go. Olé! All right, NBC.
Here we go.
NBC.
Cheers to that. So, I'm so sorry for you. My bad.
And you know what's funny, Noam, is it's one little button like underneath your nose, and you could look at YouTube videos and scour Reddit and all this stuff for 4 hours. Then you find one thing, and you're like, "That's how you do Discord, or that's how you connect a mic to Streamlabs or something." But anybody,
my problem was a change of location, basically.
Yeah, you're not in your lair.
Yeah.
What up, Patrick D? Yeah, so Larry, just giving you a heads up, if he asks you to do that, be prepared that you're just like internet teaching that day. I mean, it's just you talking to about 10 or 15 different people. I'm sure people go back, I think, and watch it later. But yeah, it would have been really awkward if those 10 people didn't show up. But in the meantime, thank you, Marshall, M&M from Brewlosophy. Let me come on, man. Nobody drinking over there, Braj?
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like beer
Schilling.
that much.
From where?
New Vienna lager. Schilling. Brewer I was talking about.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Do you guys, is this the first time you guys have been on with each other?
I'm not sure. Maybe one other time.
Maybe. I don't know.
We got Illinois, Rhode Island, and Tennessee in your faces right now in your living room.
Well, we got the east of the Mississippi here in the house.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, we couldn't say that months ago when when you were still in California, but
No. And I went back there for Thanksgiving, but I'm definitely not going back there for Christmas. I'm hanging out, and I've got some serious catch up. Brian, don't watch it. Short circuited. Mine. People just talk. It's just you want to hear about how somebody really got into brewing, and Brian has done my podcast called the Broadcast, which I'm actually thinking about firing up. I'm definitely going to fire it up, and Brian's done that as well. But you just talk about how people got into brewing and you know where the equipment in the industry was at, and you know back in the day, not back in my day, but you know Larry's been brewing for what 22 years.
yeah, going into 23 pretty soon.
Yeah, so we talk about like what were people brewing with, and it was probably just a lot of glass carboys. Nobody had stainless steel. Plastic was frowned upon.
Yeah, all the homebrew shops had back then were just the bucket kits and the glass carboys and extract mainly, with a few specialty grains. And eventually those stores grew to have more grains, and then more equipment. But that first decade of the 2000s was, I mean, in my opinion, kind of like desolate compared to the stuff that's changing today. It was kind of just bland and mundane for a while, actually, right? It was just like everyone brewed the same way for years.
But I mean, 22 years ago, what kind of hops could you get? Just the stuff from Sierra Nevada?
Well, it's funny because a lot of recipes I see being formulated new don't have these hops anymore because there's so many new hops since these. But I mean, back in the day, like you had like Cascade or Centennial or Fuggles,
the C's,
or Kent Goldings. You know those. Yeah, those old traditional hops, which some stores still have, but that's not the trendy thing. It's not Citra, it's not Mosaic, it's not Amarillo. All this
Whatever's
stuff.
new.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so it's hard to keep up with them, honestly, because I had a lot of good recipes based upon the traditional noble hops and things they used to call them, right, or whatever. And now, I mean, and those had like 4% alpha acids in them or whatever. Now, they're like 16% or whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Warrior.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Brian, man. Thanks for that super chat. Much love, Raj.
No,
shout
Brian,
out to Short Circuited Brewers. Give his channel a go. I'm pretty sure if you watch my channel, you know his channel. I think Brian's got 40,000 subscribers, maybe 45. And vice versa. If you watch Larry's channel, you watch our channel. If anybody is a little bit late to the stream, Gnome just hit 1,000 subscribers. So big shout out to Gnomeski over there, Brush. Golf clap.
I'm going to be honest.
Or NBC. I got a link to Gnome's channel and Larry's channel in the description of this video, along with description or a link to the Discord and some Twitch stuff, video game stuff that we've actually never done since Gnome bought his $300 Nintendo Switch. We'll get that going though, Gnome. We'll make that happen, man.
Oh yeah, next time.
Ricky Nielsen, congrats, no, much love. What up, Jake Cole?
Guys.
Get over here!
Yeah, like
Cool.
what yeast did you have 22 years ago? Just 04 and 05?
Back when I started, I think it was Y Yeast and White Labs were the only two that I knew about back then.
I didn't know White
And-
Labs was that old.
In the early they've been around. Well, I know Y Yeast has been around longer, I think, but in the early 2000s, I had access to both. I don't know if it was right at 2000 whether I had access to both, but in those early years, at some point, they became available.
Was it liquid
in
yeast
my
or was it dry yeast?
Oh, it was liquid yeast.
Same
back in
packaging.
those-
Looks the white package. It looks
Yeah,
like
just
some
just a little
7-Eleven
test tube
candy.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, people thumbed their nose at dry yeast because all the homebrewing books at the time, which were already years becoming out of date, were saying that dry yeast were terrible.
Right.
Homebrewing sucks with dry yeast. But now I go to dry yeast all the time. That's my preferred style because it's so easy to use.
Well, you can get it on
Turns out-
Amazon too. Yeah.
But back then there was maybe one strain dry beer yeast in like the white package with the black letters on it.
That's funny.
Red Star.
Black label yeast.
Yeah.
Star.
But now they're everywhere. All kinds of makers are making them in all kinds of strains. So it's almost as many options with dry yeast as you have with liquid yeast, although they still have more than the dry, but they're closing the gaps, So if I can't find a dry strain that's a replacement for my old liquid strains. I just go by the liquid strain still, but where there are equivalents, I definitely buy the dry first, so I don't have to do stuff like, buy the prop starter to make starters out of it, or make my own wort starters and 2 days in advance. And sometimes I don't even know if I'm going to brew until like the day before, usually, right? So
yeah, what about
even the day of?
What about the specialty grains? Back in the day, was it just like light, amber, dark, or that? Crystal 40, or could you know?
They had like Crystal 40, Crystal 80, and like roasted barley. Chocolate malt may have been a thing, but there was not. There was no
chocolate
midnight wheat from Breeze, or no best malts red, whatever.
Yeah,
a lot of the old recipes I look at, it's like black patent and roasted barley. If you're going for dark beers, that was like the two options.
Yeah. I mean, it was very limited, and and most of the people who were homebrewers made their own equipment. They made their own. I mean, I made my own mash tun and all that stuff early on too, right?
Franken system.
That's how I got into it. I built everything myself from scratch, and my own immersion coil, everything. The kettle I got cheap. Anyway, but do it cheap, and that's what everyone did. They had their own 3 kettle systems, and the Herms was the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
If you could get a Herm system, that was like you were well-to-do and serious about the hobby, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to give somebody advice right now. Larry, do not build your own copper chiller. Those $50 copper things that they sell at Home Depot, it's not worth it. 25 feet of 3/8 inch, and then you got to put the pressure clamps on that. It is not worth it. Some things you just buy.
Like the one I bought cost a good amount, but it was still half. See, now this is another thing, because back in the days, even when the chillers were available to be bought, there wasn't a whole lot of online stores at the time, and the local shops were charging an arm and a leg.
Some stuff, right?
So it was so much cheaper to make your own coil, like I did early on.
But copper's still expensive. Copper, if you go to Home Depot, I remember if you had that 1/2 inch 50-foot copper wort chiller, that was like as good as it got 7-8 years ago. Like I remember when I got into homebrewing, I used to see those at breweries in their pilot system and be like, damn. And I would go to Home Depot and I'd look at it and I was like, I don't know, man. Like 50 feet, 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch was the real deal. 3/8 was like the rookie game, but 1/2 inch, I think it was like $75. I mean, at the end of the day, it's copper. And for those who run
So the price now, though,
copper's expensive.
It's still expensive, which means doing it yourself isn't all that much less expensive than just buying them today. Like the cost difference is narrowed. So, I mean, I did my own homemade copper chiller video years ago, and people are commenting on it years later as if it was done yesterday, that, hey, I could buy one for the same price as making it myself. Well, back when the video was made, that wasn't the case.
We didn't have to buy it. I mean,
we'd have to buy it. Plus there's more options. So there's more competition. Prices drop. Online retailers sell stuff cheaper than the brick and mortar local stores do. Right. So, but back then that was really the only pragmatic option, was to make your own equipment. Copper included. Yeah.
Well, what's funny is everyone's doing these no-chill boils now. Jaggers came on out there in Texas last week, and he was talking about, I used to put such an emphasis on chilling and not getting an infection, but now everybody's just he says he just puts his lid back on his boil kettle and just lets it chill organically till it gets back to room temperature. I'm going to rack it off into a corny keg, put it in my keezer, and then get it to wherever I want to get it. Obviously sanitize everything, and then when I get to my targeted temperature, open it back up, and I'm going to pitch my yeast that way. So chilling might be maybe a thing of the past for homebrewers. I mean, you're always going to, have the heat transfer, or what do they use at commercial breweries? What's the plate system?
The heat exchanger with the counterflow.
There's a couple different ways that they do it. The 50-foot chillers might be a thing of the past. Or the 50-foot 1/2 inch chillers. Yeah. Dime Bag Daniel. Think this guy gets down with the Swedish Chiba? What's up, Dime Bag Daniel? ¿Cómo estás? Plate chiller. Jorge Castro.
Cool.
Is Jorge Castro the only person in here that owns a commercial brewery? Anybody in here own a brewery?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
Jaggers, what's up, man? How are you, man? Shout out to Jaggers out there in Austin, Texas. Yeah, that was a 4.5 hour stream, man. That was a hangover to remember. A walk to remember? No.
I had a pretty killer headache the next day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it's funny because after we do those like 4.5 streams, like me, Alias, and Noam are pretty active on an Instagram chat, going back and forth, just sending memes. After we have one of those like 4-hour streams, like nobody talks for a couple days. Everyone's just living in shame. It's like, did I say something stupid? Did you say something stupid? Did we all say something stupid? Yeah. It's all good, man.
That's pretty funny.
I think Alias said he might want to pop on here. I know Alias did a barbecue and did a brew day today. You get down with that, Larry? Do you two in the one day? Could you do barbecue and a brew day?
Oh, I've done it on a live stream before last year.
Whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot going on.
Yeah, it was done in August. I remember, and I had like eight or more people here that were helping.
Right.
Of only which a few were, right, but the rest were just waiting for the beer and food. So, but I did hot wings that day. I think we did ribs, pizza, or something. All on the grill.
Oh, I think I was there for that. You had like 5 guys coming and going.
Yeah, we did burgers on the flat top in the garage, and I mean, we cooked a buttload of food. I think I've done it more than once, actually. Now, I think I might have had 2 streams like that if I'm right. But anyway, yes. So the answer is yeah. It's just that it's hard to stay on top of not making mistakes because you're brewing all day and distracted all day. You're going to forget something that goes in, or somebody puts something in that you put in twice now, right? Like hops or something, and because there's too many cooks, right?
Yeah, everyone's getting too fucked up.
and to host a stream, right? So you're trying to keep the stream going, look at the chats, interact with the people off or on and off camera, and you're trying to cook, you're trying to entertain, you're trying to have a good time yourself, and you're trying to make beer.
Hey, I think I got something here. I think we're good to go.
Oh yeah,
what's up, man? Okay, let me go back
How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? We're in real time for the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna go to that, and we're gonna go
delay,
to.
so I can take my pants off.
Yes.
Lots of whiskey flowing, Brian.
Can you guys see me over here?
All right, I had it on in the living room as well.
Let me how do can I click that off? Is this gonna fuck everything up?
How's it going, Larry? How you doing?
Yeah,
pretty good. Welcome.
Give me a little. You guys do your thing. I'm gonna figure this out.
All right.
Oh wait, we see you on Discord finally.
That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, holy fuck!
It's so hard to have an interaction verbally.
When you see him in the delay.
You see the delay. Yeah, it's so hard.
So this
is why we can see each other because there's no delay, or
there's no delay. Let me see if this works. So I got to
figured out how to have his thing on in Discord.
nice.
Yeah. So
It's
give
so
it a
much
second. There's a second delay. What up, Meso Things? Shirts off. Barrage out. Okay, so this should go.
Don't
Okay,
dare me.
that's just staying with Larry. Let me go back.
A couple
to
more
this.
beers, I might do it.
Okay, here we go. I got this. I know what's up. So let's go to.
Where are we going?
Thanks, Warren.
I can figure
I
this
appreciate
out.
it, man.
I know what to do from here.
Keep Larry full screen. Oh, you changing the views around?
Yeah, give me a second. I could piece.
Oh
this
yeah,
together.
look at that.
It's
Needs
still gonna
more
pull in
Larry.
the same window. Alias, is your buddy there? Is he chilling with you?
Yeah, he's in the living room.
Oh, cool. What up, Alias's barrage?
Yes.
Is he watching it on the TV? That'd be fun.
Yeah, he's watching it on TV.
Hysterical.
Dude, this is a scary ass thing. When you have a screen going and people can see like what's up open in your windows, you could have a bank account, you could have some weird ass porn,
Yeah.
some weird ass shit you're punching your clown do. Let me see what the hell's going on.
Oh, that is a delay. I just did this thing and I counted to like 10 and then I saw myself on the screen. Yeah.
Are you doing that?
Let me
Hysterical.
Let's go to full screen and let's go to no.
So what'd you brew today, Alias? The pills?
Okay, I got
New
it. I know what to
Zealand
do
pills,
now. I know what to
Yeah.
do now.
Pills.
So we're gonna go
Nice.
to that, and then we're gonna make this a lot smaller. And we're gonna go.
I had to figure out which bag of grain it was because it was labeled as recipe 1 and recipe 3, and I'm like,
boy. Looking at it visually. Like,
because one of them is a hazy IPA, one of them is a Pilsner, and I'm like, all
Sorry
right,
about
I don't
this,
see
guys.
any flaked oats or wheat in this one. I think this is the Pilsner.
Okay, so Larry is still
yeah,
I'm still
dominating.
on the
that.
screen. It's still me.
It's still all you.
All right.
How
It's your
did you-
show, buddy. We're
Yeast
just
and the-
living in it.
Yeast and the Beast did this one time. Let's go to transform, reset transformation. And then let's go to.
All we need is Larry. Thank you very much. Full screen Larry IPA.
I'm not trying to do it. Oh, I got
You
it.
guys are
All
great.
right, perfect.
Oh, there we go.
Larry's
Woo!
Side IPA.
Now my shit's glitching. Now I'm not paying my internet bill.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we should be okay with this, right? Is that okay?
yeah.
We did it. I think we did it. All right. Thanks for everybody.
Whee!
All right. I'm top right. We're not messing with anything else, even though I'm glitching. Can you guys
Top
see-
right. I'm top left.
I'm top right.
It's the Brady Bunch kind of thing, man.
Yeah. Here comes the story
Yeah.
of a guy
a
who
brewer
plugged
named-
40 of a guy named Maury. Okay. I'm gonna. Please work. Okay. Now I think we're good to go. Nothing should be glitching. It's still glitching.
No, it looks good to me.
You
That's
think
good.
you think it looks okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking
all
at
right,
it on
we've done
YouTube.
it.
It looks fine.
Okay. We're in real time.
Sweet.
All yes.
We're
No.
there. We did it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We finally done it. It only took
It
50
it like looks like
streams.
it looks like I have a big red X in the upper right corner of my screen, but it looks like it's just the cross hatching or the here. Of
Yeah.
my,
That's
of my
on your
It's
end.
on your
wine.
cabinet, right?
That's on your end.
I know it is. That's what I'm saying. It's a wine bottle or a. It's a wine rack. It just looks kind of funny.
It's a
all.
Fender.
Oh, shit,
Beardology.
Gnome's back into the room. He's no
Yeah.
longer freezing his nuts
I was gonna
off in the
do
garage.
one more at the brew house, but like I said, I had everything set up, and then at the last minute, I'm like, oh shit, I took my mic cable home. I took a lot of my amps home to like do some recording and stuff, and with that was one of my mic cables, or the only one I had at the brew house. So like it was like 10 minutes to 9, and I'm like, oh fuck, I had to pack everything up in the car. But that's why I ran into problems. I was like muted for like 10 minutes.
I think we're okay. It looks like shit on my Discord. It's glitching out, but it's not doing on YouTube. Do you guys get the same thing?
No.
My shit's glitching on
On
hard.
Discord, you look fine.
I had no problem.
And
yeah.
on YouTube as well.
I'll send you guys a video right now. As long as it looks good on the YouTube end, I don't care.
It looks wonderful.
You've been doing any barbecuing, Larry?
Oh, I did a lot of cooking for sure, but I wasn't barbecuing. I had a Christmas party at my house with a large group, and I made a pasta bar. So I had 3 types of meats, 3 types of pastas, 2 types of sauces.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be like a
Thanks
high
for
of
the
0.
invite.
Yeah, well, I had plenty of leftovers, and it turns out I made way too much. Apparently, could eat it all a week. So
Problem with that, man.
feeling fat.
I always wanted to try the
It's that time of
video
the year.
you did on like your pitmaster beans. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, the barbecue beans. Yeah, I make those every year,
Yeah, those
or
look amazing.
at least once a year for a party in the springtime. But definitely more often if I can work it out. So it's just that's a big pan of beans that largely I would be eating and my wife, right? So unless I'm having people over or
Yeah.
something to help eat them, it doesn't make much sense. So I don't
it's
do
a
it that
lot.
often. Yeah.
It's just tough to have self-control this time of the year. I mean, there's so many parties,
Hopefully
there's so
that-
many hangouts. Everyone's bringing like the shittiest, most comfort foods everywhere. It's not even worth trying to hit the gym right now. I'm just going to wait till January. I'm going to wait till the start of the year.
I've been wanting to like cook brisket for a while, and I just haven't really had the time or chance. And this week it worked out, and I got a little like 10 pounder brisket on the smoker right now.
Nice.
Beautiful. Sounds
Nice.
delicious.
I hit up Bryan Elementary, man. I don't know how. I think 4 is like the good nut on here. I think it's better than 3 or 5. This looks good, but I was trying to get Bryan Elementary on the stream a little bit ago. He was, I think he was coaching his kids' basketball games, but hope maybe we can get him on soon. And then Brian from Short Circuited would be cool. Bald is Beautiful. That'd be a good fucking name for a beer. But I think people would think that You're making fun of the black is beautiful.
Fun of the black is beautiful. Yeah.
How about the bold is beautiful?
I think I would
Bold
stay
beer.
away. I would stay away from all.
Or bald
that.
is bold.
Bald is bold.
Or bold baldy.
What about bald is not beautiful? Sorry, no.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. My bad.
I've been shaving my head since I was 17 years old. I'm over it by now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I literally don't care.
I mean, it's probably weird
The
if you
barbecue
were to have hair.
conversation's
Your
initiated.
buddies and your family would probably take a couple of years just to get used to you
Yeah.
with putting, gel in your hair or having some hair product or something.
Oh
B-
my gosh.
BLM,
I used to-
bald like me.
There'd be a lot of parties in maybe 10 years ago, and for some reason there would always be like wigs in the bathroom, so I would always like pop one on and then walk out into the party, and it was always like,
What?
hilarious.
Larry, you good
Yeah,
over
because
there, man?
everyone's used
Are
to
you-
being like
cracking
bald,
up,
and I'd
man.
walk out
Larry's
with a wig on.
cracking
It's
up.
fucking hilarious.
Blackwood Brews, man. What's up? Always showing love. I'm taking offense to all the bald jokes.
It never got old.
Well, in San Diego, a lot of people wear the old guys rule T-shirts. It's like a longboarding club or longboarding T-shirts. Bald guys rule. I don't know. We can come up with something for the end of the night. We can start making stickers or T-shirts or hats or something.
Wow.
What are you drinking over there, Alias?
I just actually kicked the keg for my strawberry lemon saison,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
and so I just
Good
finished
problem.
that.
That sounds good.
It's so good. Good to the last
Strawberry
drop.
lemon saison. Did you do a pH reading on that?
Yeah. Final pH was like,
4.
yeah, it was like 4.2, I think.
Okay, so it's not
That's
like.
good, though.
Would you call it a tart? I'm just thinking lemon.
No, I wouldn't call it a tart beer.
Okay.
I think the lemon peel brought it down, as well as some of the acid from the strawberries brought it down.
Yeah.
And then I also had a pretty low pH mash as well too.
Gotcha.
Some mild tartness for a saison's perfect. Like too much.
Yeah,
and
no,
kinda-
like you got this tartness from like the lemon peel, which was exactly what I wanted. And it finished
Yeah, sounds
super
great.
dry, like 10-6. Like that's exactly where I was like kind of looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm really happy with how it turned out. And like I've had this on tap for like since October, and it
wow.
still has been fantastic.
This
Damn, you got a tall
is
boy.
fantastic. Yeah, I got a new Belgium. My buddy brought this over to me on Monday. We fucked up good. We fucked up good. We went to remember that bar we went to with the indoor stage on it, and we were kind of looking down on it
yeah, yeah.
in
Forgot the name
Knoxville.
of it. That place was dope.
That place was really cool.
I think
Church
so.
pews in the upper level.
Yeah, that place was awesome. So
Oh,
remember-
that place.
Yeah,
that
so-
place was fun.
It's called Scruffy
Nice.
City. So the nickname for Knoxville is Scruffy City. That's what the Wall Street Journal called it back in the 80s, a little town off Tennessee, a little scruffy city off the Tennessee River. So they've kind of inherited that name, and that bar is
Scruffy?
called, Scruffy City. I don't know what the hell scruffy means at all. What the hell is that? Long hair? No hair? I don't know. Scruffy? But they were doing they were doing this deal for you get a shot and a beer for $5. And my buddy just lost his job. He's got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old at home. Works from home. Wife raises the 2 kids at home. So he wanted to like blow off some steam. So I was like, okay, man, I'm not brewing today. I got to put aside brew day. One of my good buddies from San Diego. Later, Brian. Peace out, Barrage. Later, short circuited.
Yep.
So they were doing a shot and a beer for $5. And then after like
Oh, that's a steal. And a half.
we had to do it. We had to
right.
do
Yeah,
it. You
for
know?
sure.
Yeah, and I was kind of. I think I paid for more of the bills and stuff like that. You know, the guy lost his job and this. Oh shit! Here we go. No one can see the. I hear the super chat.
Oh, there it is. It shows. Now it's
You
Oh, does shut up. Brewing Bad TN, man. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Brewing Bad Tennessee. Cheers, you Braj.
Christmas. Yeah, filthy animals.
And then we wanted to get out of there. Oh, I hear that. I hear it again. Did it happen again?
Oh, look at that.
But
Yeah,
we
I had another
wanted
ding-ding.
to get out of there, and then the Packers started playing. I think they were playing the Rams, and then after that, Team Anarista, much love, Barrage, big boy pint for the Barrage Lord. Thanks, Tito. Thanks. And then a Grateful Dead cover band came on. I was like, you know what? Let's just keep drinking, and we got to Uber home. And then
Nice.
Tuesday pretty much fucking sucked. Tuesday was like my once a week piece of shit day. Yeah. What do you got over there, Noam? I'm gonna get another beer or two.
Smoothie sour.
Smoothie sour. Are those still a thing?
Oh yeah, they are, and they're delicious. It's got strawberry, banana, marshmallow, and vanilla. I don't know if there's anything else.
Lactose? Sounds like an expensive beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of was. But I haven't tried these guys yet. They're kind of a newish brewery in New Hampshire, Branch and Blade. So
Branch in Blade?
I had one earlier. Yeah, yep.
Is Larry not drinking beer tonight? He's just going full whiskey?
I'm just going whiskey.
He's just going whiskey. Okay, I'm going to drink a beer for Larry then. I'll be right back. I'll be back.
I mean, I got beer, but it's got whiskey in it too. So what's the difference, I say? Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah.
Like you can see the chunks in this fucking thing.
So which part of the country do you live in, Money Man?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So I'm down in Texas. I'm in the Austin, Texas area.
Oh, cool.
So CH and Noam both visited me out here back in August. And I took them around to breweries and a couple barbecue place out here as well too.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was just wondering when you said strawberry blonde saison. I'm like, that's a funny beer for the middle of winter.
Oh, strawberry lemon. Yeah.
Oh, lemon. I'm sorry. But yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, no, it was like I had it during fall, and then I've just been traveling so much that I haven't had time to like drink the keg, so slowly been going at it kind of thing.
Yeah. Uh-oh, what happened there? Something on the screen's going on.
So Giuliano Pizzo, yeah. I thought it was Keene, New Hampshire. I wasn't sure, but you know what I'm talking about.
I got a weird beer right here that I'm going to crack. It's got a super weird name.
Can
you guys hear me?
It smells like
It
smells like Fruity Pebbles with the milk.
I love Fruity Pebbles. So I'm drinking a IPA, High Wire, from South Slope. That's the first High Wire in Nashville, if anybody's ever out there.
Oh, nice.
New England style IPA, double dry hopped with Nelson Sauvin. Frozen fresh Citra, if you guys can see that on there. My shit looks like shit right now. Hey, we got 72 people here watching right now. But the bummer about this beer, and my boss might be watching, which is cool. Larry, I pour beer at a brewery 4 days a week to get health insurance, and I work from 6 p.m. to 1 in the morning so I can edit and do whatever all day.
Oh, man, it's a long day. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like what I wanted to move out here. I kind of get away from like my burnout lifestyle in California. I love everything right now. Everything's good. I just, want to catch up with my backlog. But they named this beer Zebra Slime. And it kind of reminds me of like jizz. Like zebra jizz, I don't know.
Not the best name, yeah.
It's not the best name in the well. Yeah, Zebra Slime.
Sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up. Zebra Slime. And you gotta, if you put that on the menu or something, you gotta put like some extra words after that. You can't just leave that up on.
Yeah, you can't leave it at that.
You gotta have IPA underneath it. You gotta have anything but just Zebra Slime.
As a Texan, I guess
look at the label.
Grew up in Houston.
Look, it's
Since I grew up in Houston, there was this thing on the local news.
Green Zebra Slime.
I forgot the guy's name, but he would go on the news, and like one of his sections was called Slime and the Ice Machine. And so once you said like Zebra Slime, that's exactly what came to my mind.
Mm-hmm. Slime's a weird word unless you're on like I don't know, Nickelodeon or Double Dare or something. I don't know. Slime just kind of works weird with food.
You can't even as a scientist, I feel like slime's a weird word.
Slime's just a weird.
Double Dare. That show was fucking awesome.
Zebra Jizz.
I loved that show as a kid.
Yeah, I would just call it Zebra Jizz. Double Dare. That's when the whole family's like get dumped and gagged and paint.
Yeah, we're dating ourselves.
Yeah. Later, Zach Pearson. Later, Braj. Well, we got 73 people here. What's up, Jonathan Elliott? How are you doing, man? If anybody is watching, if you could thumbs up this video, that'd be great. We got Larry out there.
Sindler, yeah.
We got Chicago in the house. We've got Tennessee, Rhode Island, and Austin, Texas hanging out. And if anybody has any questions on brewing, throw it in the comment section. Don't ask us. If anybody has any
I
questions.
like Austin, Texas, man. I've been there a bunch of times the
Oh,
past
really?
few years.
You guys
Yeah.
probably know some same spots, man. Lazarus.
Yeah, well, there's it's got a lot of barbecue and a lot of breweries there, or brew pubs at least.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
good scene for that.
What was that strip down there? The main vein with Zilker and Lazarus?
Oh, 6th Street. East
Sixth
Sixth Street, yeah, with all those shops and bars all down that little drag.
Yeah.
yeah. I've been down there a few times.
All you guys used to live down there. That's downtown?
It's pretty near, downtown,
It's
yeah.
pretty close to downtown. That's a popping spot, though. I mean, that's one of my favorite things. That's one of my favorite factors about beer cities is just being able to walk from brewery to brewery, kind of like Asheville and Bend
Knoxville.
or Portland and Knoxville a little bit. Used in the Barrage. He's in Austin now. My dad asked me this, though, when I was in San Diego 3 weeks ago. He said, if you had to go to one beer city, which beer city would you go to? And like, assuming you didn't have to go, you didn't want to go see a friend. You didn't want to go, like, if you just had one beer city to go to, carte blanche, it wasn't to go visit Peter and Genius. It wasn't to go visit Noam up in Rhode Island. If you could go to one beer city, I think I'd go, we talk about Tampa Bay a lot, but I think I would probably just go to Denver. Because there's a lot of breweries out there. You know, GABF is out there. It's kind of like the midway point between the styles, West Coast.
For me,
East
it'd be
Coast.
San Diego because I've never been there.
San Diego, like just
I've never been there. And
nobody
like,
involved.
I want to see. I kind of want to see like a lot of the places that you've mentioned and stuff like that. And I've always I've never really had like beers like that on the West Coast, anyway. So
Right. San Diego's your choice. What about you, Noam? Like, if you were like, hey, nobody's involved, you're going to be by yourself, which beer city would you go to in America?
So there's it's hard to choose. There's two I've always wanted to check out. One's Portland, Oregon, and
Portland's the shit.
Denver, Colorado.
And Denver, too. What about you, Larry?
I haven't even thought about it, so I don't know. I mean, I was pretty impressed by the one in Knoxville where you live. I used to work down there, so I've been to a bunch of those places over the years. But as far as best,
Like, you haven't been there. You've got one day to live, place domestically.
well, honestly, I hear about Portland, honestly, but that seems so far away from my house. Like, I don't even much think about it real practically.
Yeah, but just hypothetically, money ain't a thing. you
I'd
know?
say probably Asheville, North Carolina. I hear has got
Yeah.
some stuff, and
Yeah.
that's much closer. That's like a
True.
day's drive from here. I go there for a long weekend.
Yeah.
where are you, Larry?
Chicagoland,
Oh, Chicago. Okay, yeah.
Chicago to Knoxville's what, about 8 hours?
about 7 to 8, depending on
How fast you drive?
Yeah,
or
if you got
how many
the
stops you make.
Have you been to Denver, Larry?
Oh yeah, in fact, I'm going there in a couple of months. I just booked airfare this morning to go there. Yeah.
Oh shit! Speak of the devil. Speak of the Denver. What was your take on the beer scene out there?
Well, I was only there. I was out there a number of times, but it's usually to see family, so we don't really do that kind of stuff, or for work, and we only have a couple nights a week to go do that. So I haven't seen a whole lot of
You
that.
can't.
scene.
Yeah, it's not like you're
Really?
by
I mean,
yourself.
Beer.
I mean, I've been to places in Colorado Springs, and in between Denver and there.
Colorado
But,
Springs is CSU.
it's about a half hour south of Denver, maybe 40 minutes.
Because my take, from what I understand from Colorado, is my friends, because I've been there, but it was like college sports. You know, you're not partying and you're in hotel rooms with 4 guys. But all the main cities in Colorado are right in the center, like Denver and CSU and Boulder. And outside of that, it's kind of, there's not a lot going on. But you can hit those 3 cities. Is that wrong?
Yeah, because Boulder's like a north suburb, like Colorado Springs is a south suburb to Denver.
Yeah, but I'm saying as
basically.
far as just like how far they are away from each other, aren't they kind of smack in the center of the state of Colorado?
Yeah,
So you-
basically.
So you can get to all of them within maybe 2 or 3 hours. You can hit those 3 cities: CSU, Boulder, and Denver.
A couple in the time of the car, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, you could
Yeah.
just do everything without getting on an airplane. Let me look this up. No, I want to go to Denver really bad, and I also want to go to Tampa Bay really bad. I'd be down to go to CU is Boulder. I'd be down to check out Tampa Bay for damn sure. I think
Yeah,
I think Asheville's the best.
those
What's up?
those Florida Weisses interest me. the whole kind of like
Larry's got
Florida
it.
sour with like local fruit thing they got going on.
Yeah, a lot of fruit out there.
Yeah,
Dude, I was in Fort Lauderdale coming back. I've probably already said this on here. When I was coming back from San Diego, because I get the shittiest plane tickets coming out, to and fro, but I got a ticket for $250 or whatever. But I had a 6-hour layover in Fort Lauderdale, and I flew in there, and I landed, and it looked so beautiful. I was like, dude, do I leave the airport, deal with security again, check out a couple breweries? And I was like, no. But looking back, I wish I would have. I regretted that. I just laid on the ground and played my Nintendo Switch, my Breath of the Wild, and I got sick, and I think it was from that. What's up, Noam?
6-hour layover?
Yeah, I got a lot of shitty layovers. Flying into Knoxville sucks. In and out of Knoxville really sucks. And I don't want to spend like 300 extra bucks. I'd rather just...
It's correction. It's flying into Knoxville doesn't suck. I actually like flying into Knoxville. It's just that if I lived there and had to fly like you do out to different places, that sucks.
Well, here's what I'm saying sucks.
Layovers.
Here's what I'm saying sucks. Flying from Knoxville to San Diego sucks. Flying from Knoxville to Austin is awesome. Flying from Knoxville to Boston was what, Noam? $200?
Maybe.
I think a touch over that, but not. Like 240, I think, something like that.
But that was a straight shot, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, but me and all my buddies, not all my buddies, me and 4 friends went to Prague and Stockholm and Europe this summer. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. And they flew LAX to Stockholm direct flight for $800. For like $1,300, I flew from Knoxville to Charlotte to JFK to Stockholm, and it sucks, man. It having direct flights are phenomenal. Flying fucking sucks. Flying, there's always a kid crying or someone coughing or sneezing or someone's got the light on all night. Flying fucking sucks.
I told you that story about the guy walking up and down the middle row with the kid for an hour, just patting him on the back.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Those 5-hour flights.
They're
terrible.
Oh man, and the parents can't do anything. My heart goes out to the parents. They just want their kid just to shut the hell up. But flying's gnarly, man. But at the end of the day, we're fortunate to be flying. Back in the day, it would be like us on the bottom floor of like the Titanic stowaway boat trying to get to Europe and.
Dude, I thought you were going to talk about like a Greyhound bus, and you like went way past that.
Yeah, I was thinking more like
what about
an old-fashioned chuck wagon or something.
What about
the Pioneers?
Yeah, what about the blimp from Indiana Jones? How slow was that fucking thing? That was slower than like a sailboat.
Yeah.
Or that, the Oregon Trail.
Were like, all right, I'll see you in 2 years.
Yeah. No, I think Larry wins. When half your family just dies from dysentery going from Texas to Oregon, I think that's probably when you lose half your family tree. I think that's
an improvement.
Yeah. We're like, this goddamn baby wouldn't stop crying for 2 fucking hours. Like, what the hell is going on with the world?
Yeah.
Well, that's what babies do. They cry.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fly for my job too. It sucks. I cringe every time I have to go do it.
Do you get business class or first class?
Nope, the company's always too cheap. We always make us fly coach. And it's usually like the last few seats of the plane.
Those are really
for
good
some
beer,
reason.
by the way.
Because they make you book through like a travel agency.
Yeah.
That's sponsored by the company.
Yeah.
And it's like I always get like the last 4 rows of every aircraft, so I can sit up against like the bulkhead, even in the back of the plane next to the toilet. It's like it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I get discounted rates for that.
God,
for those seats or something like that.
There's so much, like I've traveled. I think this has probably been like the best year of my life as far as just leaving California, which was a great thing, and traveling. I've traveled a lot. I've hosted a lot. Noam, you've been here. We've been Austin. I've done Europe. I've done San Diego a couple times. Done Asheville, I think 3 times. Thank God Asheville's in my backyard because Asheville is like my fucking
that's cool
best city ever, man. It really is. And for beer and everything and small town vibes and walking from breweries and the food and the coffee and the history. Clawhammer. Yeah. Asheville wins in my world. I want to go to. Yeah. But there's just so much like, you get on the flight and you're just kind of looking down and you're looking at this guy, you're looking at that guy, like, just please don't be next to him. And you look at your ticket and it's like 28F and you're just like, fuck, and then you look at the back of the plane. You look at the back of the plane and you're like, can get my own row back there and this and that. And then they tell you it's a full flight and you got to move back to your original seat and you're in the center. And you're just like, God damn it, man. Like, thank God this is only a 2-hour flight. No, I had a flight that I think it was my Charlotte to JFK. The dude was like 350 pounds. And it sucked for him. In coach. I
fucking hate that.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm pretty much leaning into the aisle the whole time. And it just sucks for him. The guy barely fits in the goddamn aisle, and he's sitting in the middle. And
at that point, you have to buy 2 seats.
That's kind of a funny thing. That's kind of a funny thing because I've had friends who were big, and they rented helicopters for their honeymoon or for their anniversary. And since they were both like 220 pounds, or I think the husband was even bigger. They got charged more. And that's kind of how it should work with shipping and stuff like that. If you're taking up more weight on this airplane and a little bit more space, like why am I paying for the same ticket as you are?
I like the way you think, man.
Hey, I'm a big guy. I resemble that remark.
What? Yeah, I mean, someone's going to be offended on here, but
I could probably fit in the overhead.
Yeah, Noam weighs 80 pounds. Noam is 5'4" and weighs 80 pounds. Yeah. He weighs 80. God. He weighs 82 pounds after Thanksgiving.
He's tiny.
Yeah,
that's pretty
funny.
Funny.
Dude, I've been to Charlotte Airport way too many times. What up, Brandon McCauley? Charlotte Airport is huge. It is the exact opposite.
Oh, I've been to Charlotte.
Yeah, they've got one of those mechanical.
Nice.
They've got one mechanical bowls in there. They have like a Tiffany's restaurant or a Tiffany's restaurant, a Tiffany's jewelry store. They've got pretty much a mall in the Charlotte Airport. And what's funny? I've been talking to a lot of people this week that are coming into the place I work at that are from Charlotte, and everybody says really great things about that city. Has anyone ever partied in Charlotte? Because that's only like 3 hours away from me.
I've been there for work and had a good time, but we were also escorted around by the racetrack who was courting us at the time for our business. So
no one's ever been there on like a 3-day.
Not just by myself. No.
Been there, but not for like having fun and shit like that. I was there for work.
Yeah, me too. Basically,
for work. Anybody got some Charlotte go-tos in here in the chat? We still got 65 people here. Shout out to all y'all. I got to be hitting my button.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
What up, Stephen Plass? March 11, 2020. I was flying home from New York to Sacramento, taking a red eye. Such a tense flight. Everybody was coughing. That's like right at COVID, right? Wasn't it March of 2020?
Yeah, I was traveling that week too.
Yeah,
I was flying home from like Austin, Texas, or something.
I don't even know.
Late February when
COVID or no COVID, I always get sick when I come home from a vacation. It's got to be just airports in general.
Airport / airplane kind of thing.
Yeah, subways and buses. Fucking disgusting. I had dinner near the Sac King Stadium right before the game was canceled.
Well, you're in like a tube in the sky with like 200 people on it. So, I mean, you're going to get
with the fakest air, the most condensed oxygen. There's no just rolling the window down. Everything.
I come down with a cold every other time I travel. I almost guarantee I come home with sniffles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you prevent anything with that, Larry? Is there anything you could do beforehand?
Just not travel, just calling sick. I can't make it my trip.
Maybe take that emergency.
Put on one of those like swimmers things on your nose and drink like 6 Bloody Marys and pass out. And just
it's not necessarily just the plane though. It could be the airport, waiting in the security line. It could be from any
Later Meso, later Barrage.
Yeah,
he's out there.
It could be from any place. Yeah. East the Beast says, "CH, I join a shit ton of live streams, and yours is the most interactive chat. Everyone talks to each other." Yeah, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Who else does a live stream?
I don't
like talking about just live streams in general.
There aren't many American or English ones, I should say. I've seen some Latin America ones, and I've seen an actual English one in Britain. The Hop Edition.
Beer live stream? A craft beer live stream?
Yeah. It's a bunch of homebrewers, the Blue Trouser, Andrew Lynch.
Who's
Brew
the dude?
Dudes
Who's the dude that just
and
gets
Chris Middleton.
fucked up in his kitchen and just goes off?
Real Craft Ale.
Yeah, he's got a lot of subscribers, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he goes for blood.
I unsubbed, to be honest.
Oh, really?
He became
too
a little
much.
bit too much. Yeah, he got. I don't know.
He
It was
reminds
a
me of
little
that
unbearable to-
English soccer pub guy that just wants to, let you know how much better everything in England is, right? And just shit on everything else. There's a lot of English people like that.
I don't know. I just got.
Yes,
I
there
followed
are.
him for a year or two, and I don't know. I don't want to talk shit, but
Nah,
I
it's all
just-
good. It's all shit.
stepped away.
At first, I thought Olias was rocking like the Pat Benatar thing, and then I realized, is it a
A
hat?
light. It's
Yeah.
a headband.
Oh,
It's
is
a
it?
light
Cobra
band.
Kai.
I thought,
Kai.
yeah, love is a battlefield. We are
I'm
young.
going, I go in and out of the house to go check on the smoker and stuff like that.
What's your buddy doing, Olias? Is he in the kitchen just
Oh,
punching
he's
his
on.
clowning?
He's in the couch just chilling.
Is he watching this?
He's
There's
pretty
no way.
dead too.
He's watching the
So.
live stream, man.
Yeah, he's
okay.
watching the live stream.
What's the Broch's name? We give him a shout out.
Boris.
Boris, what's up, man?
That's the
CH
best
from
name
Texas. Oh, there
Is he
goes
drinking
Larry.
vodka in the other room?
See, Larry, I could tell that camera's good. I could tell that camera's good now, even though I have the low latency, but I could see the depth of field.
Oh yeah, it zooms right in automatically too. It's really good.
That does.
What's
look
the
amazing.
model on that Canon?
This is a Sony. This is my new one. It's a Sony SV-E10.
What? How come I don't know?
I have
Yeah.
a question real quick.
It's a video creator camera supposedly. So
SV.
SV-E10.
Got it.
Larry, are you relying on the battery or is that plugged in somehow?
Oh, that's plugged in via USB cable into my
Okay.
wall outlet.
That's the bad thing about my Canon M50 is you have to rely on the battery and the battery's known for dying.
Yeah,
within,
well, my
an hour.
Canon 80D, I bought one of those AC adapters. I plugged that in for my videos too, so it stays on all day.
Does anybody ever live stream with their smartphone? There's got to be a way, right? No.
Yeah, people go on Facebook Live and stuff like
I
that.
think
Yeah, but
Jaggers does
not
that.
through Streamlabs, though, right?
Well, what was the question? I didn't
Do people
hear.
could you set up an iPhone to do a Twitch stream?
Oh, to host one, you mean?
Yeah.
I can host a stream on my phone, I think. Can I?
I know, but to actually do it, you could go live on any social media app, but I'm talking about going through
through a
streaming
service or
software. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think the apps are just trying to make it simple for you by just going through their app, and they handle all that on the back end, right?
Right.
It's,
I got a question for you with this awkwardness, just the awkwardness of looking. What do you guys look at more when you're looking at the screen right here of the four of us? Because I feel like I look at myself way too much when there's no reason at all. Do you guys ever look at yourself on
I'm
this?
looking at you guys most of the time.
Most of the time, you don't look at yourself. Larry, what do you look at?
I do a 3-point contact. I rotate equally from the quadrant of us on Discord to the chat to my camera to see you all fine folks out there.
You gotta look at the camera sometime. Okay, I'm right there.
Chris
so I
Ronnie has
look at the
nothing but
camera.
eyes for
Eye in the
me.
sky.
And I look.
Radiation Nation's got eyes only for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like looking at me, so I try to avoid it.
Try to avoid looking at yourself. Okay, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't want to see me.
Beardus Iris is amazing. Good to see Ricky out here, man. Ricky's a San Diego
Stare at Gnome's
Mirage.
beard. Thanks, Jonathan.
My
Peter,
first YouTube videos were all hands and no face because I didn't want to show my face on camera.
I think everyone's kind of gone through that phase.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So but I still don't like to see my own face on video, even though I do it.
Hey, my dad's here. What's up, Daddy-O? Yeah. Hey, I got something written down too. What do you think of that beer gun? Overall, with the price tag and everything, because Brian from Elementary might have had the same video. It looks like a great way to can one by one with the purging and everything.
When I first tried to use it, I hated it because it flew apart because I squeezed it too hard and the little earrings and stuff snapped out.
It's sensitive.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
so
I had
annoying.
beer spraying all over the place. I mean, I wasted beer and had a mop-up problem, but that was my fault. partially the design shouldn't let you do that, in my opinion, but it did. So I was like, just beware next time, right? So
what's the price tag on that beer gun?
I think it's like there's like an essentials kit, and there's like or a kit version. I mean, so the beer gun comes with like 2 hoses, like a beer line and a gas line as a basic for like $100. I think maybe $100, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, honestly.
Elementary coming
The
through.
ones I've seen are around $100.
Ask and you shall receive.
And they have a kit version
in mind
too.
Sorry, my
What
bad.
up?
No, I'm just apologize. Everyone's got a drink. All y'all, you too, man.
There we go.
Pat Benatar.
So one thing to keep in mind is you're gonna have to have
I don't really like beer that much.
a separate regulator for the beer gun so that your purge PSI is different than your fill.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's why I mentioned in that video I just did, the canning video where I had 2 tanks going on. Now, if you have 1 tank, you get like a little Y splitter, right? And then you can tee off of that and have different pressures with a secondary regulator or something. You know, there's ways to do it, but they don't tell you that. Yep, exactly. But they don't tell you that. You think the cost, the $100 is just for the gun, but it presumes that you'll have that ability to do what we just said was to reduce the pressure. You know, but
3 or 4 more accessories that cost $30 a pop.
Yeah, so it does add up, but it's a great. I mean, it worked great. I thought. I mean, because you can purge the gas and fill the bottle with 1 hand. You don't have to.
Is that what commercial breweries do at a super small scale? Because we would purge it. Actually, some breweries would actually have, some breweries next to their taps where their bar is, they would have a tap handle that would like purge crowlers. It wasn't a gun, but you would just put it underneath there and it would just kick out
gas. Yeah.
Yeah, but the beer gun looks a lot more efficient. What's up, Num?
You wouldn't believe how rare that is. I've asked a lot of breweries, do you purge your cans before you fill them or your growlers before you fill them? Very few do.
That's why I don't do them. That's why I don't buy them. I mean, because I've seen too many of them do that.
Unless you're going to drink it that night.
Well, that night's okay, but if you buy like a 4-pack or something to take home for the week, you know.
Right. And if you give it away, especially to a beer snob, you might, I don't know.
And it sits there and just goes stale. You know, it's like, Yeah,
but nobody ever purged growlers, the 64-ounce growlers, and those had a good 5-year run.
Never seen anybody purge a growler.
Never purged
growler you drink the same day. You get it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so there's no presumption
of
it's
not
going
to hold
sanitize it.
It's not going to hold the carbonation like a can would, right?
Right.
Another thing too is they usually make sure it's overfilling when they cap on foam. It's not the best, obviously, still, but seriously, I've seen some breweries where I'm just like shaking my head, like how would you do that and feel okay with it?
Yeah,
it's gnarly
I'm
at
also
that scale.
Super fucking cynical.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just distribution is just gnarly at any scale. I mean, I remember going over to Crafty Bastard and visiting our friend Cheyenne over there. Remember that dog?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, best dog ever.
Best dog ever, man. That dog was awesome. And it's just so gnarly to watch them, put the can of beer on that little thing and then roll it and put the sticker on it. Mm-hmm. And to get what do you call a 24-pack? What is it called?
A case?
A case. Yeah. It was like, that's just so much work to do manually, like think about that. Like how many
manually make a 24-pack?
Yeah. How many cases go on a pallet? 400.
They do that?
Probably. If you're putting cases on a pallet, you're probably not doing it manually. You're probably right, Elias. There's no way. There's no way.
No fucking way.
Yeah, maybe in another country. Maybe
at that point you would be making enough money to buy a machine.
Sure. Yeah. For you. Yeah. Labor in America is too high. Maybe in another country, not trying to,
like in China, you have slave labor for that. That's fine.
You said it, not me. But in America, you would not be doing manual.
No, you can't.
Labor, putting stickers and all that stuff together. And I think
Video's coming down now.
What's up? We're coming down.
Video's coming down.
We're all going to hell early. But I think the small breweries, like the small breweries that are doing 3 barrels or 5 barrels, that the beer tenders can, with their downtime, can and put labels on. I think some of them give you like a 10 extra bucks an hour or 10 extra bucks per case you put together. So what would a case cost for a 3-barrel system? What does a can cost? 50 cents?
50 cents to 75,
Okay,
Yeah.
50
So it was
cents.
just material.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's think about this. What does a keg sell for? Let's work backwards. So we'll say it's 24 beers. We'll call it 4 6-packs or 6 4-packs. Probably 6 4-packs. And those 4-packs are probably what, $15? So 6
10,
times.
15, depending on what you're going to buy.
Depends
Yeah.
on the style.
All right, so I'm just doing a margin
Well,
thing
I've never
right
seen a
now.
craft brewery do
Yeah, if you wanna
24
do
packs,
average,
right?
Say it again?
I've never seen craft breweries do 24 packs. The highest I've seen them is 12 packs.
No. I'm just talking about a case. So you break those up.
Yeah.
I'm just talking.
Buy
It could
that
be a
many
4-pack
times
or
and
a
make
6-pack. I'm just talking. The case I'm just talking about is the cardboard that the flap that they put it on.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So check it out. Here, I'm buying porch. I'm sending porch bombs right now. Here's a case. I'm gonna stay right here.
It's all
like-
quiet. You just
Yeah, there's still a delay, and I had to like alt tab
I
over to
can hear
Discord,
the-
and I'm like, what happened?
What's funny is I
hilarious.
hear our delay in the living room just barely, like from where I am.
All right, Olios, can you see it? So this is what controls, the market.
Gotcha.
Is cubic volume. So this is
Right.
a case. So this is 24 16-ounce beers, and it's heavy as fuck. I'm gonna put it right over here.
I was
yeah.
gonna say you can put it down now.
I brought 2 of those home today. I'm sending 2 porch bombs out tomorrow. So James says $80 is what you would sell this for. So we'll say, because I'm doing 6-packs, but it could work the other way. It could be either 6 4-packs or 4 6-packs. But we're saying about $80. Yeah. What up,
Peter
Tom
Genus is in the
Alvarado?
house.
What's up?
Peter Genus is like throwing down some knowledge.
was it
Genus is in here?
Yeah.
Pizza? Where is
He
he?
says 50 cents per can is about right if you're buying half a pallet at a time.
Oh, there he is. Genus looks way too much like Gnome.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I went over it.
Okay, no, Peter, nobody go anywhere. We're going to come back. Peter's the man with the plan when it comes to margins and numbers. I just got to
Oh, yeah.
go hit the little boys' room.
He's got all the Excel spreadsheets and stuff.
All right, I'm gonna change my name right now.
He's just gonna,
No more gnome
just,
brewing.
just because. That's it. Oh, well. Yeah. Oh, Barracoy Nation's here. All right, Harold. How's
At
it
least
going?
I know that no one will look like Alias on our stream. Like no name is like Alias Muhammad on our stream.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
Is there any other A's? Let's see.
I don't know. I don't. Are you looking through Discord or are you looking through the YouTube thing?
I'm looking YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Discord,
Yeah.
I had to change my name to Moneyman. Cause especially because CH couldn't show his face like his on Discord, right?
Okay.
It wasn't showing on Discord. And so he had a separate viewing thing that would show his camera through Streamlabs. And so for the first I don't know, 3-4 times we were on the stream, it would just have his box with a spinning thing constantly. And so it'd be me, him, and then Gnome. And then I realized Discord is doing it by alphabetical order. And so I changed it to Moneyman so that it's CH, because Alias, and I had changed it to Brownman Brewing, and that was still in front. So I needed something after C because he's CH Brews, then there's Gnome. So I changed it to Moneyman, which was a nickname I had in on a trip and something like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, well, that's a good explanation then. Because I like money.
I
All right.
do not go by Moneyman like at all, like ever.
I thought that was an odd name for like a homebrewer guy. You know.
Yeah, no, because you don't make money doing this at all. Like
Oh.
I am not the money man here.
This is just enough to earn a little bit of ad revenue on YouTube just to go out and buy a new
Right.
microphone or a new camera, just so you can keep going with it. Yeah.
But no, I had to do it. Change my name on Discord. But now that he's got his thing figured out, I might go back to my original name or Brownman Brewing on Discord. We'll see.
Cool. All right. And
But yeah, I do barbecue and brewing as well. So
it's a great pairing because they both, to me, generate the same amount of curiosity as to how it's made, right? You kind of
right.
wow.
You get and so because like I started off in the brewing world, and then a buddy of mine that I play golf with. He got me into the barbecue world, and like I kind of just snowballed into it. And I was just like, oh, both like require patience. Both like you tweak your recipes here and there, try new things, experiment stuff, and I love having beer with my barbecue anyway. So it's like
tastes great pairing. So why not do it together? Yeah.
Yes. But because when I first stumbled upon your channel, I was kind of confused. Like beer and barbecue, man, like that seems like a lot of work, and it is. But like now I'm like I'm stuck. I'm like pretty much train wrecked myself into it.
but it's a hurry up and wait methodology.
Right.
It's like you do a lot at one time and then you have to be patient, and then do a lot at one time and then be patient. So
patient. Yeah.
Sorry, there was a bum that spilled his shit.
What do you usually cook on?
For outside cooking? Well, I will either use one of my Kamados or if I'm in the mood for a flat top, like some like smash burgers, I'll just pull out the Blackstone griddle or something outside and propane.
Okay, nice. Yeah. And for smoking meats,
I use a Kamado. Yeah, I use a Kamado for everything from like baking, cooking, cold smoking, roasting, searing. Cool. That's why I got one, because it's a small footprint.
Yeah,
it's one grill that can do everything. Yeah. So I know they cost a good penny, but it's better than having to buy 2 or 3 different grills every 5 years because they wear out. Right.
Yeah. Like quality over getting good quality is like it's worth the price.
That's what I love seeing. And wine and beer, all that trub at the bottom. That's how you know it's fresh. I love
Look at that, man.
Yeah, that freaks a lot of people out. But if you know beer, you know that's fucking fresh. Or it's old as shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. When I was young and dumb and whatever,
full of
full of. So beer. I'm cooking right now on my 120 gallon offset smoker.
What? Olias has like a YouTube smoker. He's got like a Better Homes and Garden smoker. Yeah.
I started it with an offset back in the early 90s, and
I'm still on the crock pot, dude. White belt, maybe yellow belt. Yeah. All y'all is cool. The brown belt purple stripe or brown belt black stripe.
So what is that beer that you're drinking there?
I just cracked a hazy IPA, hazy with it says American hops, which is very marketing, because that could be a lot of.
So that all came from so all that yeast came from that can?
No, it came from the can before that. That zebra juice.
Oh, that's zebra juice. That's right.
It came from all that zebra slime. Yeah.
Slime.
Yeah. That's just zebra jizz in the bottom.
Yeah.
That ain't no true.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like these guys have 11 tasting rooms in the South, and you would think that you'd have some better, I don't know, guys upstairs pinpointing shit. What to say and what not to say.
Way too often do you see, like, you pour the like the ends of a hazy can and it looks like mud. Like, how do they not? I don't know.
I like that. I like that, especially in wine.
And like hazy though.
Yeah.
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 All right.
No.
Just I don't know. There's some breweries that like take the extra steps to make sure that doesn't happen, and there's some that don't, and I don't know, especially visually. Just
but at the end of the day, what is it? It's protein, it's true, it's yeast, it's particles, it's fresh shit.
Yeah,
if it has
just visually unpleasing.
Oh, not only that, man. I remember, I remember when I first started brewing, and I would bring over growlers to people, and what is a growler? 4 pints, and you'd pour that last glass for like your buddies. Yeah. You pour that last glass for your buddy's girlfriend, and she sees particles in that, and she's just like, "Oh God!"
Give it to her.
Oh no, they would freak the fuck out.
Yeah, what is this? Sea monkeys? Is this seaweed? Is this real zebra jizz slime?
There was the tiny bit of hop. Yeah, I'm so rude. I keep interrupting people.
No, you're fine. But if you go to Napa and you get a nice bottle of single cab vineyard, like $100 bottle, there's always a little what's the wine sediment called? Lees. Lees.
Lees. Lees. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always stuff in that. It's
That's
like
the
you kind of want that in there because that's how you know that. I think it's the freshest, and there's a lot of people in Napa that would only buy wine from a tasting room. They didn't fuck with any wine that was in any distribution or dealt with any middleman. That's how serious they took it out there.
What they call it, live wine or something? There's a term for it.
Lees is our word of saying trub or trub, however you want to do it.
Yeah, so I was trying to find some in the bottle of an old bottle. This is from 2016.
There you go. Really
but
quick shout out to David Heath. I got the $25 David Heath.
Is that a good year?
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah, it was.
He's still kind of there. Kind of has got the I don't know, headless horseman thing kind of going on.
Oh, dude, yeah, right. You should scratch the rest off.
I know. I spent like $25 on this glass.
Yeah, I know. I sold a bunch of my mugs a few years ago, and they're back in here. But they were it was not cheap to order mugs and ship them. I mean, I broke even, and I had to charge like $25-$30 total with shipping included. To get them to people. It sucked
because you were buying them by the bulk and shipping them individually from your house.
Yeah, that sucked ass.
Yeah, and just shipping glass is a nightmare. I gave up on that shit a long time, man.
Yeah, and then I switched to Teespring, but even Teespring, they like bend you over with the cost and shipping too. So
yeah, my shit's kind of down right now. I got to look back into the merch store. But Genus Brewing does say if this video gets 200 likes, then Gnome will interrupt people more unabashedly. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Brian, I account for at most a half gallons of beer and fermenter as trash. Oh no, man, you got to drink all that, man. I love the last pour. The last pour weirds a lot of people out. I love the last pour, and I'm putting it into bottles. Well, that's the thing. If you're giving it away, okay, there's a lot more context. To avoid too much yeast, nasty getting in. If I'm kegging it, I don't care. I mean, every commercial brewery, I mean. We do a cider on tap, a guava cider, and that last one looks like a Kern's smoothie, and that's
guava cider sounds so good.
That's my favorite pour, man. Yeah, guava cider for all this.
Wait, you guys have that at Highwire?
Yeah, it's on the secret menu, number 21. Yeah.
Guava cider?
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. I love cider and I love guava juice. I would like to see that pair together.
It's from Aces. We don't do it. Aces is the big one out in California. I think Aces is Central Coast somewhere, but they're big. Like Aces has the monopoly on cider. And I think their first big one was pineapple cider. But now they've got their 6-pack.
Aces and Angry Orchard have the pretty much the cider.
I would say Aces is what?
No, I think Angry Orchard you see more
on
than
the
you
East
would
Coast.
see.
Angry Orchard's New York, Aces is California, so it's going to be a territory thing.
Yeah, but I'm Texas. I'm literally right smack in the middle.
And you see way more of Angry Orchard. Is it in bottles or cans? Because cans you can move a lot easier.
Bottles. Aces is in cans.
Aces is in cans. Yeah. No, I hear you. Never had their swish, but I do like their substance. What up, Nick Keene? You want to talk margins? I'm your guy. Nick Keene knows what's up. Bissell Brothers Swish had particles in every can and was coveted beer. Larry, I got a question for you, man. Did you at one point ever want to open up a brewery, or is that still kind of in the conversation or in the?
I toyed with the idea for years up until 2020 came and the state shut down every business and half of them went out of business, and I realized how fragile the restaurant and beverage industry is, especially in this state. So, if I were to ever revisit the idea. It won't be in Illinois. It'll be in a more business-friendly state.
Yeah, honestly, and without talking about politics or
no, that's the truth.
There's a serious reality between red and blue states, and you can talk about that without talking about like Trump or Biden or.
No, I'm just saying that's the reality. It's not a business-friendly environment in the state. So
is Chicago?
I'm going to wait till I leave.
Is Illinois kind of on that Portland, Washington, California vibe?
Chicago? You mean? In terms of their mind and thought and thinking and stuff, I don't
know anything about Illinois. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It just depends. I mean, there's reasons why things happen. It's usually about the money, really. I mean, it's corrupt. So states.
Well, it comes down to how much freedom you can have in some regards, and some states are different than others. So
sure,
I hear what
and
you're
this
saying.
is not a freedom state at all. I'll tell you that.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about Indiana. I don't know anything about the Dakotas. I don't know anything about Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know all those states. I grew up and stayed in all of them basically at some point.
In Wisconsin?
Yeah, I was. Well, not for like a rent. I mean, I've stayed in Wisconsin for periods of time, vacations or trips and things. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. I've been all over Wisconsin.
Where's Beerqua's Nation from? What state? No, do you
He's
know
from
that?
Illinois too. He's only a couple hours away from me.
2 of our last 5 governors went to prison. That's not a good thing.
That's Illinois.
That's not a good thing. What do you think about Schilling Cider? They're big in Pacific Northwest. P.D. McEnroe. He's probably asking.
Cider.
No, is that
Schilling, by the way?
Yeah, he's drinking Schilling earlier.
Different Schilling.
All right. Back to beer.
I'm laughing at the comments. Sorry, guys.
That's pretty funny, Nick Keene. Holy shit, that's hilarious.
yeah. Anyway, well, I needed something here.
All right.
What time is it?
Let's go.
What time is it?
We've been on. I don't know. I can't look at my thing anymore.
It's 9:49 Central, so we've been on for an hour and 45 minutes or more.
You guys want to do another beer? You guys want to call it?
I could do one more, but then I have to call it. Then
all right, sounds good.
5 more.
One more,
all right,
5 more.
All right. Let me get some more of my stout.
Pacific Northwest. NBC, Ricky Nielsen.
That reminds me, I tasted a little bit of my barrel-aged stout today, and holy shit, man.
Is it getting there?
Huge smile on my face, dude.
Are you getting more, are you getting a higher ABV, or are you stealing that,
I'm sure it went up. I have no way of knowing. However, I do want to reach out to some local breweries to see if they have an alkalizer, so I can actually see what the exact number is. But it entered the barrel at 9.6, so I have to assume it's at least over 10.
Well, what's your guys' take on checking your final gravity? If you want to do an all-in-one or a uni tank or something, I'm going to do a split batch and half. I guess both split batches that I'm doing, I'm going to do a gravity reading when it's carbonated. How much does adding CO2 really affect your final gravity?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Question. I think
I got some data.
Because back in the day, it was it was always check your final gravity before you force carbed it. Yeah.
You know what though? But even then, there was dissolved carbon dioxide. It's saturated and dissolved in solution, even in an open fermenter or an airlock one too, right? Yeah. It was never completely flat.
Yeah, but but at some point you have to check the final gravity. Like you can't. Have it both ways.
So the final gravity, I've noticed up to a couple specific gravity point difference.
We're talking what, 1042 to 1044, 1008 to 1012.
Yeah, I mean, on average, because what I do is I try to shake it up and shake some of that stuff out of there for a little while.
Yeah,
and it helps a little bit. And each time I test it, it drops one more point, another point, and I think on average it's like 2 to 3 points possibly it could be off by.
Do you have any experience with barrel aging stuff? That looks good, Alias.
Oh, that's tasty.
Yeah, it's just bacon jalapeno popper.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Text me one of those, bro. Yeah.
You text me one of those.
Oh, that looks delicious. I'm hungry now.
Let me download that.
Ricky Nielsen, every year Bissell Brothers does a barrel aged with malt from their beers over the years called Angels with Filthy Souths. Amazing as fuck. Shout out to Ricky Nelson, man. Glad you're here, Barrage.
Yeah, welcome.
Converted propane tank with a firebox. Reverse flow. Nick Keene. What up,
Good night,
Max
Brewing
Kelly?
Bad.
Later, Brewing Bad. He's out of here.
Oh, no. He said goodnight, Blackwood Brew. Sorry. Yeah.
I feel like this is dead. I feel like I'm on Brewlosophy's Facebook podcast all over again. I'm kidding. We got 60 people in here, though, man.
That's a pretty funny story. I'd like to hear more about those details later.
I want you just to go. I kind of shit the bed. I should have just not told you, Larry, because it is deer in the headlights. You're like, hey, Marshall, where are you? He's like, I'm like moderating this thing. Like, just go. I'm like, go where?
Just go. And you're like the one who steps forward and like takes charge.
And there was one dude from Germany that was asking a bunch of questions, but I don't even think he watched Homebrew for Life. He was just like, how'd you get into brewing? And he was just gung-ho about this stuff. And then
oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that to his ass. I'm gonna get Marshall on here. And we're gonna all show up, and then let's just take off and be like, "Go! You have to go for 4.5. You have to go for 4.5 hours, Marshall, and drink 25 beers, and just see where it goes from here."
Okay, yeah.
But he comments a little bit. You know, he's been doing it for 9 years. He's been brewing, and he's got a website that's popular as shit.
Oh, sure. I used to look at the website a lot when I was bored at work. I would go up there and browse a lot of sites, but that would be one of them. I would check it like every week, every day, every week. Yeah.
He's got killer Google Analytics traffic to that. I don't know how his YouTube thing does. I don't know how his podcast.
Oh, I didn't know he had one.
He just uploads like the audio.
The podcast stuff. I don't
know.
Audio stuff.
Yeah. Some people love it. Some people.
Well, honestly, if I was commuting to work every day, like a real job or whatever, I would be
Larry, you have a real
listening
job.
to it in the car, right? For sure. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I work from home, so
right.
I don't get a chance. I just don't, right? I don't listen to any podcast because of that. Not just that one. That's my point. So,
no, it was
I'm
cool.
not picking on it. I'm just saying. just any podcast. I don't
no,
watch.
Larry, I'm with you. I'm the type of guy that I would, if it comes down to it, I would way rather just listen to music over here, listening to people talk every day of the week.
Right.
And I like podcasts and small little bits on the clickbait stuff, and they chop
balance.
it up. 5-10 minute clip.
Some of each.
5-10 minute clip. I'm not going to listen to people talk for 3 hours though. I'm just not. I don't know.
Well, there's people here listening, man. You're hurting their feelings. They're doing the same thing.
This is a little bit different. Streams are a little bit different.
Oh, I know, because you see the people now. It's not just an oral thing.
It's live. It's more engaging, and
it's engaging because you're chatting, because you're not just listening to the whole thing. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, but there's no right, there's no wrong. Brian just said I listen to Brewlosophy's podcast in the car. I want to know what is it? It's probably not what we put up on Facebook. It's probably got to be him sitting down with somebody that's actually. They've got 3 hour. I don't know. They've got good microphones and this and that. Todd Porter, CH isn't listening to anybody here either, especially not Todd Porter, man. No, but I've never listened to anybody's podcast all the way through. Have you, Alios?
Like start to finish? No.
Yeah, some people I just can't do it. I'd rather play video games or listen to music than
or take a nap.
But I think podcasts.
I've had them on in the background, but like my ADD kind of kicks in, and I'm just like either on my phone looking at stuff, or I do something else. Like I don't know how people listen to like audiobooks and
religiously
podcasts while they're in the car and stuff like that. Like I'd be like, oh, let me hear what they're talking about, and forget that I'm fucking driving. Like,
yeah. There's that.
And which is funny because
mindless playing.
I do a podcast. I at one time Brian's done my podcast. Larry, you've never done my podcast.
I can do live podcasts more than I can do. Than I can do like pre-recorded and watch like after it's happened kind of thing. Yeah,
but they have to do what like Joe Rogan does, or who's the other guy that I listen to now? Steve-O and Bill Maher. Like just take a 60-minute podcast and chop it up. Like I try to do that with at least one of these videos or something, but it's just like I got to go back and look at it and think about I don't know. Talk radio was a big part of my life as a truck driver, but that was okay. That's a good point. Like, would you consider Howard Stern like a podcast?
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, the original
kind of the start of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean all those.
Yeah, he paved the way.
Whatever.
Talk jocks.
Yeah, talk show is just another word for podcast.
For sure.
Well, I will say this: Joe Rogan credits Opie and Anthony for why he started his podcast.
But Anthony, were they from Indianapolis or something? No. Which station
Jumped
were they
around, mostly from New York.
But
New York, okay.
Yeah, but
he also did Boston for a while.
Okay.
He might not give credit to Howard Stern because it might be an ego thing, but I remember watching old school Joe Rogan, and he had his room set up the exact same way. I remember back in the day watching Howard Stern.
He said. So when he would go on Opie and Anthony, he would forget he was even on a radio show because they would just shoot the shit. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to hit the news. We'll talk about the weather. We'll be right back after this. It wasn't like that at all. It was just like people having a conversation, bouncing ideas off of each other, busting each other's balls.
But
so that's kind of
it's been like that for us too. Like sometimes, like when it's just like us three kind of thing. Like we talk about the most randomest shit ever.
Yeah. I just wish I had somebody that could like chop this up into 5 different things and this and that. But no, it's cool, and I love this because we've never talked beforehand and been like, hey, like we should talk about something. Maybe we've done that a couple times. Like, hey, Noam, you went to beer college. Was that worth it? Do you want to talk about this tonight? You know, but other than that, like we're just
beer college. What?
Noam went to beer college, and he hates himself for it. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I'm not kidding, but I'm kind of kidding. Noam went to beer college and online beer college. We talked about this last weekend.
Are you a Cicerone?
I'm actually taking that class tomorrow.
Are you really?
I'm taking it because no. I'm taking it because it's free.
Is it? Oh,
it's
good.
Free. I'm taking it because it's free, and I've heard that the class is a joke. It really means nothing. And B, it's
so I'm laughing.
Yeah, I know. And in B, like it's impossible to fail. Like if you get like an 88 and miss 4 out of whatever, like you still move on. It's just a way for somebody to make money. I don't know who's making money on this whole. I can talk about beer class. But I remember my boss was like, you don't even have to study for it. Like it's they don't even talk about lava bonds or SRMs. They talk about like words like fruity and earthy and all the bullshit that you can't prove that's right or wrong.
Yeah, I know. It's all subjective.
It's all bullshit.
What was that show? There was that Netflix show a few years ago called Beer Something. And it was about a dude who opening a brew pub somewhere in California, I think it was even, or some warm climate. And it was like his brother was an asshole, like a nerd. Like he's like, oh, I'm a Cicerone.
Right.
You know?
Like, yeah.
And that whole show was so stupid. It was funny, you know, because like this, just the potty humor and everything about the guy trying to run a brew pub and his brother throwing like a wrench in the works while trying to be helpful because he was a beer snob, a self-proclaimed one, I should say.
Right. And
what was that show called?
I know what you're talking about. Brown Man Brewing in the house. Let me give a tag on this. Maybe we can get some people to show up from. No, Larry, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't remember the show. And the show was okay. It was like above.
It was above. It was average.
Yeah, but like as far as production goes, it wasn't like full blown like Netflix production. But it was.
Oh no, it was like, somebody with a 4K camera like us, like this one here.
Right.
Thing, that's all it was.
Right.
It was funny though. Enough. Kind of reminded me of that old movie,
Bruce
Strange
Brothers.
Brew.
Bruce Brothers. Elementary knows what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Zilker in the house, man.
Brothers. Yep. That was it.
Before Larry gets out of here, we have to chug a beer. That doesn't count. Here, let me fill the beer.
I'll do that if we drink another beer after that.
We'll drink another beer after that. Larry, we can do one more. By far, random point. The hardest I've ever laughed on this stream was when Larry took a shot after he was like zapping flies with something like
with that electric racket thing.
And then he took a shot.
Hilarious.
And then Larry took a shot and said, I have to go pick up my son from work. And I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And Larry was like, no, I do have to pick up my son. He works at Home Depot. It's right down the road. And I was like, dude, I'm going to steal that. In a YouTube video, I'm going to chug a flaming Dr. Pepper and be like, okay, I got to like go to the hospital and visit my grandma now and just cut out. Just like don't have any context or explanation after that. Just take a shot of 50% booze, 100 proof.
See ya.
Just like, all right, time to go to work.
Quick.
Yeah, time to go to work.
The hardest I laughed also was from Larry.
Time to go to church.
You asked him what he thought about seltzers, and I'll just leave it at that.
Oh yeah, when you said he was gay. No, that's cool. You can say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Well,
This
it's
is
just that it
natural
was
reaction.
dumb. I mean, that's what I
that was
meant.
gay.
No, and you know what? Seltzers.
died.
Seltzers aren't really around anymore. I mean, they're the big three at grocery stores, but like breweries aren't putting money or time into them anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
It was a
good thing.
fad.
It was a fad.
That's why I was laughing at him.
Fashion's a passion. Passion's a fashion. QH. Are we related? He says he loves this conversation, man. No, literally, but the way you sold that, you took a shot, and it wasn't Blue Label. This is the first time I've seen you drink a $200 bottle of whiskey on the stream. You were drinking something good, though, and you always have something good. And you just nonchalant were like, okay, I got to go pick up my son from school or work. And I was like, that was fucking it. That was gold. Yeah. I got to go across the street and pick up my kid. Yeah, today it's my turn to be the volunteer stop sign holder-upper at the local elementary school or something. Yeah.
And that's why I had to quit the stream.
Hey, Wesley Branch, it's not homophobia. Easy up on that, man. There's no, take it easy, Wesley. Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I sell a good chunk of seltzers. Genus Brewing. Sorry, Genus. Someone's listening, right? Yeah. But we don't.
Sorry, I went to a brewery that just opened like one day before I went there for the first time, and 50% of the clientele were buying like a seltzer that was just mixed with like, hand pump like flavors. It just crushed me. I was like, oh, how bad do these brewers feel that like
that's like
half their sales are not even the beer they brewed,
Yeah. The thing about hard seltzers is like nobody on planet Earth ever gotten a beer to one day brew a hard seltzer. Fucking nobody did. And it was just a money, a fad, a quick grab. And you kind of had to go there. Oh, there we go. All right, I see that autofocus coming in and out. Oh, shit, here we go. Christmas parties at the Bros. Wish you were here. Damn, dude. Greg and Kevin. You guys see that? That's Greg. We went to Europe. That's Kevin. He used to film with me, one of my good friends from San Diego. Can you see that?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Nah, great people. What are we doing? Damn, I wish I had a shot of whiskey. Okay, nobody go anywhere? All right, later, elementary. Have a good one, man. Make beers clear again.
Oh, that's not the good stuff.
Nick Keene says Blue Label suck, but I think Nick Keene is permanently talking shit. So you got to just kind of filter it all out. Yeah, I think he's
on overdrive.
Yeah, I think he's like an internet warrior. I think he's on Discord.
Cheers, y'all.
Yeah, he's on Discord and probably Reddit and all that stuff way too fucking much. But I love you that you're here, Nick. Buddy. All right, here we go.
That's a good picture, man.
What's up?
That's a good picture of your friends.
Yeah. Did it finally show up?
For sure.
Did it finally show up?
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Okay, we're going to do one more. I'm going to get a beer. Nobody go anywhere. I'll be back. BRB.
All right. So, yeah. Oh, what did he say?
Sarcastic people are good to have around.
Yes, smart asses.
That's like the Northeast, like at its core, is just people that are cynical and sarcastic douchebags. But that's just part of our nature.
Just like the Bostonians,
the West Coast,
those Bostonians, those we call them massholes out here.
Massholes, yep, 100%.
Darn massholes.
How you boys living?
Oh, all right, man. All right. Thanks for joining.
This one's just for you.
Oh, is that just what is that? Hard seltzer. Oh,
oh, jeez. Ranch water.
Oh, it's funny. Oh. Hey, to each his own. It just ain't mine.
Yeah, that's fair. You have your $250 bottle. I got my $250 can.
Is that how much that cost? Holy shit.
$2.50? I don't know.
Well, actually, I didn't buy it. This was a birthday gift from my brother-in-law. But yeah, it's about $2.50.
Damn.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that Pappy Van Winkle's or whatever the fuck it's called?
Pappy O'Donnell's?
No.
Oh, the Pepe Van Winkles. Oh yeah. Yeah. I tried a few different samples, different years and stuff, and different, because it's all marketing. A lot of it. It's like, oh, here's 10-year-old, 13-year-old. Here's an aged in Hungarian oak. Here's an aged in American oak.
See, I have the wrong name on Discord. You're the one who should be Money Man now.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't normally pay $200 for a bottle of whiskey. I paid $150 before. That was the top I've ever paid for a bottle of whiskey. But I mean, $250.
I think the most I've spent on a bottle of whiskey
we just
was
paid.
like $75.
You know, the most expensive bottles that I bought weren't even for me. It was just like for my dad and his uncles and
Other folks. Yeah.
What was
sense.
the Glen Caney?
The Glencairn glasses like
Levitt?
these.
It was like the Irish whiskey, like the $100 bottles, the shit at Bevmo that they lock up. Glengarry? Somebody help me out.
Glenmorangie?
Glenmorangie? What do you got there? That's Maker's Mark.
No, that's Maker's Mark. I got it. I don't have any other scotches. I got Chevis and I got like the in the Blue Label today.
I bought my dad a couple bottles of Blue Label, and I think they're starting to stack up. I don't think he drinks them that much.
Hey, so you know where to send them.
To your dad's house.
All right, yeah. No, but hey, me and Larry kind of had the same story earlier. I wanna. This shit's keeping me up at night. If you are gonna have a leak in your CO2 tank, where do you guys think it's gonna be at? Noam and Alios.
The plastic connectors.
Mm-hmm.
The plastic.
Okay, 3
oh,
then.
and the posts. You think they're gonna be in the posts?
The posts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plastic posts go bad.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good to get metal on metal?
Well, but you need a
didn't
Well,
think
the
nylon
metal on
clear
metal,
washer.
they have rubber gaskets in them, so it's not technically metal on metal.
Yeah, that's the
Ricky
trick.
Nielsen
Because
knows
if you
what's
get a
up.
flare fitting, they're metal to metal. You need a nylon or elastomeric flare washer.
So you're fitting. So your post on the keg has an O-ring on it, right? So it's
the cheap
no
ones.
matter
Yeah,
what
the
you
plastic
use,
ones.
plastic or metal, they're not. It's still not. You still have that O-ring on there.
Yeah.
Right. So by default,
Did you,
most home brewers would have more CO2 leaks than commercial brewers because they don't use that plastic connector shit. Yeah.
Well,
that's one.
Did you move anything, or did it just happen naturally?
Dude, I moved nothing, bro. I moved nothing.
So you know the trip I made to you guys when I came out to Knoxville, I came back to an empty CO2 tank. You know what happened? My regulator somehow got turned up and to like over like 60 psi, and the regulator just was like, oh, because it has a PRV valve on the regulator, and it's like, oh, this is too high, and just shot out